make mention, yes, that when you had electric service installed, more than likely it was an obligation to not turn the electricity off and put a lock on the box. And since I didn't have any money, and yes, there was no hot water because the hot water heater burnt out, yes, approximately 10 days before you turn the electricity off. I can prove, yes, because I gave your wife a check, yes, that she deposited in your bank account, the actual day and time when you did what you did. Now, obviously, it's difficult to be able to move without any money. And I explained to you this, but you decided that you would defraud the public utility because they were not called to turn the electricity off because of an eviction order that happened to have the middle of winter freezing. Now, when you don't do what the law requires, I sue you for the Class B felony of tampering with the public utilities electric service. And if you think Marilyn Van Proyen's going to back you up, Mike, I've been saying that I want to live with her for quite a long time. So as soon as you go to prison in handcuffs for a Class B felony, tampering with the public utilities right to their electric service, the sooner I get to talk to Marilyn about where she wants to reside because her husband is going to prison. Now, I'm sure that Marilyn can get a copy of the actual day and time when the check was deposited in your joint account. And I can prove that I was attempting to move, but I did not have any money. Now, if you had motioned the court to have me evicted, yes, the sheriffs would have had to gone there and said, Paul, you have to move. And then I would have had proof of eviction, which would have allowed me to utilize certain charities because of now. Unsworn statement certification standards for subscribing to an unsworn statement. Whenever under any law of this state or under any rule, order, or requirement made under the law of this state, any matter in an official judicial proceeding is required or permitted to be supported, evidenced, established, or proved by a person's sworn written statement, yes, declaration, verification, certificate, oath, or affidavit. The matter may, with like force and effect, be supported, evidenced, established, or proved in the official proceeding by an unsworn statement, declaration, verification, or certificate which recites that it is certified or declared by a person to be true under the penalty of perjury. We seem to be missing the signature of Heidi Lee Budnick. That would mean that the statement, yes, of the reissuance of the protection order was not done under the unsworn statement. It's not subscribed by the person. Now, this idea that you're going to have court hearings where there is no proof of service. Yes. Let's see. How many different court hearings did you have in 2012? Yes. Where the mail was returned unclaimed. Oh, but it was a sworn statement that it was mail. How many different times did you violate RCW 98.72.085? Now, false police reports, yes. Where's the signature of the alleged victim? Citation. 2-count criminal complaint, yes. Where's the sworn statement of the alleged victim? Yes, that I was in Brendan, Washington on June 16th of 2017. Now, compounding, yes. Fraudulent mental health. You can't make false statements. That's subversion of the United States of America. A person is guilty of compounding if he or she requests, accepts, or agrees to accept any pecuniary benefit pursuant to an agreement or understanding that you will refrain from initiating a prosecution for a crime. Now, let's say I told you that Mike was exploiting his adopted daughter from Haiti because of the Rotarian newsletter. What pecuniary benefit did the prosecuting attorney's office in Clallam County receive? Yes. Because of you refusing, you're refraining from initiating a prosecution. Sequim Police Department. How many times? Right. Oh, the pecuniary benefit of the agreement that since you're in the family and Mike keeps coming the money, yes, you're going to refrain from initiating a prosecution for a crime. He or she confers or offers or agrees to confer any pecuniary benefit upon another pursuant to an agreement or understanding that such person will refrain from initiating a prosecution for a crime. I hope. Now, this is probably a felony. Compounding, Sheriff? Yes, yes, yes. See, I keep telling you, right, that my civil rights are being violated. And for every day for the last approximately 3 years and 8 months, yes, since November 15th of 2015, yes, you've refrained from initiating the prosecution of the crime, yes, of violating the civil rights of myself and my family. Oh, oh. Violating my due process rights as an American citizen. You can find it in the Constitution of the state of Washington. You cannot deprive Brent. I am not mentally ill or defective. There was no possible way that you have the jurisdiction of law to order me to have a mental health evaluation. The truth of the matter is, I was arrested on Guam. Yes, my record was expunged in July of 2012. You've never had the arresting authority to obligate me to a mental health evaluation, Brent. You understand? You never, ever had the authority. Now, the truth is, I've asked for the prosecution of those, oh, oh, that are complicit in, yes, the compounding crime. Bill of the Right to Bear Arms Prosecution by Information, Treason Defined. Section number 27 happens to be in the RCWs of the state. Let's see here. Hereditary privilege. There is no senior junior system in the United States of America. Your mother and father don't get to decide. Constitution is mandatory too, unless by express words they are declared to be otherwise. Rights reserved. Yeah, enumeration, Constitution. Rights shall not be construed to deny others retained by the people. Now let's see here. Rights of the accused, trial by jury. Military power, eminent domain, habeas corpus, excessive bail, fines and punishment. Yes, I think $500,100 is excessive. Now, oaths, mode of administration. Yeah, personal rights. No person, section number 3, shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. You deprived me of life, liberty, and property since July 8th of 2011, approximately 8 years of violating section. You didn't have the jurisdiction of law to issue the protection order. You didn't protect my right to due process. The arrest didn't happen in Washington state. You did not have the jurisdiction to issue the protection order. My record was expunged when the not guilty verdict of the jury said I was not guilty. Yes. Now it's compounding, for you, Sheriff's Department, you, Police Department, right now, to refrain from initiating prosecutions for crimes. Now, I know you're upset about this, but I'm wanting you in prison.